What's happening here? Well, it just seems that there's no round going on for some strange reason. Okay, so all in all, there's something wrong here. Yeah, no current round. Okay. Hey, I'll just ask a question. Yeah, no idea what's happening. Okay. Okay, so I asked the question because I have no idea. Well, my logs contradict what they wrote in the problem statement, pretty much. And it's quite possible that I'm wrong, but considering how many times I was wrong today, a lot. Okay, where's no squad on this field belongs to you. Okay, I guess this happens when I have no squads. Not sure. No, I have one. Okay, so there's a bug that when I don't have any interesting choice for the soul, I should move randomly, but I'm not doing that. What's what's happening here. Another bug. Okay, not going too well. Okay, so let's fix this in a very simple way. Or maybe. Okay, so change the. I'll look at the logs again. It's getting a bit boring. It's impossible to move on the field. There is a chance that I also messed up the okay, so I see there's a lot of spam, so I'll just where is it? Disallow posting links in the chat. I guess that's the best way to change that. Okay, so I disabled the links posted in chat. Hopefully that will fix the problem with spammers. At the same time, someone just posted the link to the Dropbox. Maybe I have to restart the stream. I don't know. Okay, they didn't answer me. I only hear them that they are talking about it over there. And meanwhile, I should fix my bugs because there are some, and it actually is worse than it was before. Okay. What? Okay, I'll just kill this. Okay. So the problem is that if I want to move a squad but I don't have any target, I should move it randomly. That's the main part. I could fix it in many different ways. Okay, let's just add another movement where okay, one more helper function. Since I'm using old random, and I'll make a very quick hack to return a random double. How was it, Max? Okay, I believe it's something like this. Miałem rację? Okay. Okay, so the thing is that I was actually correct, and they have a bug, and the problem doesn't work like it was supposed to work, and that's why I was very confused. At the same time, my tactic completely sucked. So I can blame them now. Finally, it's not my fault. That's great. Okay, so I'm adding a small random element. The whole point of doing is that thanks to that, that's the wrong place to add it. By doing this, I will randomly split the ties. So if the squad can move into 2 different directions, it will choose randomly one of those 2, and thanks to that, it won't be stuck on the walls. Another. And if okay, this should be much smaller. And this will fix the being stuck at the start when there are no interesting moves. Squad axis. Well, I can just copy this. And make invalid target. Or actually, we can make it smarter. Just make the target something random, anything random on the whole. So it will move randomly. The smarter way is just to maximize the amount of map I'm exploring, but I'm just making a very quick hacks to have anything working pretty much. Also, I'm sitting here for the last 4.5 hours. I really have enough. I need a small break. And I don't know. It's the very first time that I'm actually talking to myself. Okay, so I'm restarting everything. I did not recompile this shit. Okay. So they are fixing it, and without fixing it, the game is, I would say, close to unplayable. So but there's a chance. Okay. Another quick fix that I can do is to not move on the streams. So okay, and at least finally I'm getting some tempo. Okay, so how does it look? Okay, so my units finally move. I think there's, yeah, you can see the difference. They actually know what they are doing now, which is kind of impressive. And well, they were because suddenly the sight range is way too short. So again, they are moving randomly, and they are trying to see if there is any interesting point. and if they will find one, they will just swarm into it, like here, and another one, so they will just spread around as much as they can. But currently the problem is that because not enough soldiers spawn, because the one round takes between 20 and 40 minutes. So I will add some more stuff and we will actually see. I can parse some additional things that will tell me how many turns are in one round. So I will know that in a moment. Because obviously, until they fix their bug, I don't have too many options of improving my AI, because I won't see the improvement. So what I'm guessing my opponents do, why they have much better score than me, they do very stupid and simple strategy where they move their single whole squad to one of the lemon trees. Because so the one thing that I haven't talked about is that squads desert when they are not on the cottages. So at each turn, when the squad is not on the cottage, they lose a little bit of knights, and the more cottages you have, the more knights you lose. So it has a disadvantage to have more cottages. At the same time, when you are on the lemon tree and gathering some points, you will lose your knights. So that's very problematic. And currently, because they have the bug where you don't gain more knights when you have more cottages, having more than one cottage is actually very problematic, and I should fix that as ASAP, pretty much. Okay. That's kind of stupid, but it happens in contests. So I'll make a quick fix that isn't really a fix, that I will not fight for new cottages. And that should be enough, actually. And if they will fix it, I will fix the rest of it. And at the same time, this means that I should move out with... Wait, so there's another fix. I could move to only one lemon tree. Yeah, let's do it like this. The other way around. So the target is never used, so this way that's why I was talking about that the goal is to develop something flexible. In this way, I made very subtle change, and suddenly I'm ignoring all of the cottages. And okay, I guess they restarted. I should move out from all of the cottages and move with everyone to the lemon trees. I'm not at least I hope this will work. Okay, so while they're fixing their problem, I will just work on the visualization stuff. Okay, I'll add logging finally. Not sure why I did that, but let's leave it this way. Okay, data. Okay, let's check. Yeah, it kind of works right now. So I should get a little bit more points. Well, only now, unfortunately. Only one. Oh, still not what I expected. So it's problematic because I don't know the exact formula for. I don't know if it's linear or logarithmic or whatever. Is there any place that we can train long contests? I wish there was even one place. Unfortunately, you can't. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to do the live stream during the 24-hour contest, because it's for someone that never attended any finals. Actually, you have no idea how it looks like. Normally it's a little bit better than what you see here because the teams consist of 3 people. So, well, at least you can have someone to talk to. You don't have to talk to yourself for 24 hours, which can get a little bit depressing, but I think I'll manage to do that. Actually, that's a very strange experience. This is the very first time I'm doing a live stream where I'm not playing a game. So, yeah, and I guess it's clearly visible. Okay. Okay, so what they are doing there? Well, 2 points per. So, continuing to answer your question, the closest you can get and the most interesting stuff you can get is doing the IPSC contest organized by myself and doing the qualification rounds for the Challenge 24. I'll post that in the chat. Okay, apparently I'm not logged in. That's great. Not sure how this happened. Why am I logged out? But I was a Justin fan. Whatever. Twitch is strange. Okay. So, any news? Okay, so I guess they are still fixing it. Okay, so I'm going back to the adding logging, going back to add some logging. Does it even work? Do I have, yeah, I have new turns. And I think they haven't, oh, they did. Okay, that's very strange. So apparently my solution hangs up at the start, no idea why. That's pretty painful. Not sure why they are not trying to get to the lemon stuff, because target is not used. No idea. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it now. And so, because the problem was that I was moving out. Okay, this should fix it. Why? What? Okay. Turns left. So I'll be adding logging, which means that I will be able to print stuff at the bottom of my well, graphical stuff. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't. Hey. Yeah, it finally deletes the links. That's great. Okay. Wait, what? Which I think too much stuff happening at the same time. Okay. Not that. Well. Well, yeah, I'm so good at this. What now? Okay. So that one thing should be fixed. I'll check if they posted anything. Nope. So probably they're still fixing it. Okay, that should be it. Okay, so I restarted both servers and finally it should work fine. Okay, I lost the cottages, so I guess still I should play in a way that I will have one cottage left. How much points do I get? 1, not good. Okay, it doesn't work. For some reason they don't want to move onto the okay, I don't have to do that. Current to the link logging. Still no answer. Okay. Okay. Adding logging. Finally. Or pretty much uncommenting what I had before. It should be computed somewhere here. Points, FPS. I'm just looking over my old code so that maybe I'll see. Okay, I don't see it here. I'll just check different place. Maybe here. We don't sleep in 24-hour contests. I had 3 hours of sleep, unfortunately. So I still don't plan on doing any sleeping, but just a disclaimer that I will be very tired later. But no, so I'm actually able to stay awake for 35-40 hours if I really have to. It's not that big a problem for me. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Okay, so what I am doing now, I will add printing current scores to the logging, and you will see why why it helps so much and makes things manageable. So white scores, okay. Let's do it this way. I will have a complete mess in my code. That's really expected. So I'm parsing it again. I don't need to print it. These cars. Okay, that should work, and I'll just okay. So what I did here is that if I will explain later when it works, so it will be clearly visible. Okay, so what I did here is so that's how my logging works. I don't have to scroll through all of the garbage. It allows me to put the text under the visualization, so I'm able to actually clearly see what's happening. And my logging of current scores work like that, that I'm printing all of the scores for all of the players in a sorted way, and my current score is in the bracket. So I have whole information and it's still quite clear. And the rest stuff, and finally, well, the whole point is to move everything to the main area, so I don't have to look at the logs or at the socket logs for the low-level communication. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And I'm butchering your name now. Weberknechte. I'm not sure if it's German or not German. Like, I know so much about the word. Oh well. Okay. I'll update the other server. And here's something is clearly wrong. No idea what. Okay. That's not what I expected. Okay, in the second server, it's the vertical size is actually very small. Huh. Scroll the feed. What did they do? Okay. Okay, it seems like it hanged up. Not sure why. And it resumed here. I have no idea why is it drawing in the wrong place. I guess I'm swapping coordinates, like I said before, so I'll try to fix it. And actually, I think I no longer need most of this stuff. Draw text, yeah, I leave one of those in case I will need to remember how to print anything in my graphics library. Okay. Oops. So let's get back to the basics. Why it doesn't draw correctly? Okay, new game. Did they fix it? No, they haven't. Okay, so it looks very strange, like lots of stuff happening. Okay, I'll look into the logs and try to... The problem is that I don't know the sizes of those squads, so that's pretty problematic. So I'm looking for the described squads, which should be somewhere like here. Okay, so it works like it. Wait, give me a moment. What? Okay, it's hard to tell which squad is over the cottage. So it's not. 9118, so they don't move out of the cottage. It's even worse. What the hell? Or they move out only 715. The game of life because nothing makes sense. I don't know. The big problem is that I'm constantly trying to figure if they have fixed it. Normally there's a message posted, so like we have news section, we have documents is not really used for anything apparently, but we have news section. So if when they fix it, they should post something in the news section, and they haven't answered my question, so I don't know. It's definitely wrong, that's what I can say. Okay, back to the fixing visualizer stuff. I'm correctly computing. Okay, so CIMG compute, you give X first and then Y. So where is it? Oh well, yeah, I wrote it. Okay, I'll check the docs, which hopefully I should have them with myself. Not sure which one. Okay. Now I have a Firefox over the second monitor. Okay, so squad. That's great, because that's not what I was striving for that is happening right now. I try to avoid walking on the cottages. And it's clear that my visualization doesn't work correctly. Okay, so I can analyze again the stuff. Okay, so size Y is actually very short, which makes sense. Okay, so yeah, that's one of the stupidest mistakes you can do. At least that's what I think. So that should fix one thing, but the other problem is that, okay, okay, yeah, I get it now. So I'm just making window that is too small, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there's no more serious, there isn't any serious mistake. It's really just it. Okay, I will stop checking if they have fixed it or not, because it wastes way too much time. And I still am pretty much in nowhere with developing anything more advanced. Also, I'm pretty hungry. yeah, so finally it's fixed. And I'll just add more stuff to the visualizer, but maybe it doesn't work like I wanted for it to work. But you see, I'm third now. So maybe I finally corrected something. I mean, okay, I absolutely suck here. No idea what's happening. So another thing that I can do is to tell the size of the squad I'm hovering my mouse over. Yeah, this shouldn't be too hard, I guess. Squad size. So this is just some random method from the CIMG library. Squad size. I have to retrieve it somehow. Let's put it at 0 if there's no. And I have to find the cell that I'm hovering over. I believe that I used it. I'm computing it somewhere here. That's my guess. The best I can have. Okay, so where is it? Probably, well, obviously here I'm computing something, but so CMDY, okay. Can I extracted. Get command, whatever. Okay, I'll just again make a wonderful copy paste stuff. Those are the coordinates for the mouse in the window. Obviously I'm using grid. This is left over from hexagonal grid. Now, if the mouse is inside the window, I will return the size. There's a chance that I swap the coordinates, which happened. Not sure what y0 and x0 is. In the grid, where is in the grid? It should be 0, but yeah, it should be 0, and so in reality it's just that. And that should be it, except I swap. So let's see if this works. Apparently not yet, but oh yeah, that should be so. Display, it's not display, it's this, yeah. What? Okay. It's not a pointer. Any news? No. So when I'm not running my AI, okay, I have a bug, so I'll quickly fix it. When I'm not running my AI, the game still goes on. I will still get my knights spawned, so it's not really a big deal. It's just that I cannot move the armies. It shouldn't be really a problem, but so I'm not really. I don't really think about that. I'm wasting so much turns. Obviously, it's. What am I supposed to do? Okay, obviously, it's a bigger problem. Or when it's when the round just started. Because, well, the moves at the beginning of the round are much more important, because that's the moment where you... What? What now? I mean... Oh, okay. Deleted way too much. Okay, but yeah, so it's not really a problem. I'm not concerned about it. I'll just, meanwhile, add more stuff. Current round, round ID, something like that. Yeah. Also, it's C, so I have to convert it to string first. It sucks. One of the reasons C sucked, but okay. Current turn. Okay. Oh, meanwhile, yeah, multitasking at its finest. Okay. It works. You see, where's the squad size? You can see the squad, and I'm actually in second place somehow. So it's clear that something works. And I'm actually gaining points faster than the guy who is in the first place. So it's not that bad. On the other hand, my second... Did it die? Okay, maybe it died and I never... Yeah, it died and I never noticed that. So I think I have the problem. I have a problem where I'm not noticing the new game started. I have to dig through the logs. But finally can see that I'm able to gain some ground after so much time. Oh well. So, assuming I will have enough time, it's actually quite possible that I will catch up to the first place. You see, the third guy gets like 6 points per turn. I'm gaining 25. The first one gains below 20, 19 now. And the game stopped. So I assume that the round just finished, and I really should do the proper detection. No idea what's wrong with it right now. Okay. This is the current turn, and this is the total turns number. One other change that I will add is that I'll add some minimal span over X, so that I will be sure that... Or maybe not. Okay, I'll just leave it. I have no idea if it's going to be used later. Okay, since we are in the between the rounds, I will compile here. I could actually... Maybe that's going to be better. Okay, how was it? Okay. I will use a separate just for compiling. So okay, so we're still waiting. Okay, and the new game started. So in this, I guess each round has different parameters for the map generation. It's clear that this one contains a lot of lemon trays. Like, really a lot of them. Okay, okay, someone gains 80 points, which looks impossible. So maybe, okay, and okay, I'll be right back. I'll just put the wonder. Okay, I'll just leave the stuff running here. back. And as I see, yeah, it hanged up like I believe it will. Hey, what happened on the chat? Oh. I'm not fake, I'm Psyho. Yes, collecting depends on the squad size. Yes, it's, well, not exactly fewer men, because at the same time they are deserting if they are outside the cottage. So if you have more squads, more people will die every turn. So it's not a clear choice what you want to do. So probably you have to find a good... What's happening here? I mean, they should just go to the closest. Oh, okay, I know what happened. So then, because I just started, every turn one small squad moved out, and it looks like a huge swarm. But eventually they should just move to the lemon points. And okay, so and I guess you can finally see the round number, the turn number, and the total turns. I all fixed the lack of space here. Okay, that's one thing. So it doesn't work here. Why it doesn't work here? And it doesn't work. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the problem is that I have one update every 5 seconds. So it's not, the squad size is not updated in real time. The problem is that, okay, by the way, does it work now? Okay, I'm doing very bad here. Oh, because I have to fight with other people. The interesting part about this game is that fighting is a very bad idea in general. You don't want to fight with other people because you don't get any points. The fighting essentially means that both players lose equal number of soldiers. So it's always bad. There's never a point in fighting. Okay, I'm gaining 11 points per turn. The first people are gaining 50. Okay, that's a lot. So I'll check if they... Okay. Also, interesting strategy is to get rid of all of the cottages, and because you don't get any desertions, so you won't lose anyone. It may be fine idea. Okay, what's here? What happened here? Okay, I'll just make few quick fixes. Did I die here? Yep, I died here. What happens when every... Okay, okay, I didn't die. Let's see. There was a special case when all of your soldiers die. Okay, if a team loses all of their knights after a few turns, they are granted a new squad on some spell. The size of the squad will be roughly equal to 1/3 of the average number of knights per team. Keep in mind that when a team controls no cottages, no knights desert from that team's squads. So it's interesting concept, and actually it may be a good idea to get rid of all of your knights, because if you just have very few of them, it may be better to just die. Okay. Honestly, I'm trying to see if there's still this bug going on. I think they fixed it, so I'll get back with my proper solution. Okay. Okay, let's check it. Okay. So I'll compile it here. Another mail. Okay, like it's compiled. Okay, let's see what will happen now. So on the first server we have interesting situation. We actually lost all of the cottages, and we only have one squad of 14 knights. It only gives us 1 point per turn, so not too much. And so it may have been better just to die instead of standing over here without any reasons. So in order to die, we just have to run into enemy. Probably the best way is to run into some enemy cottage, because there will be always knights there. So this is one of those problems where it's pretty much impossible to be able to tell algorithmically whether it's better to just respawn, get rid of all of your knights and respawn, or okay, what's happening here? Respawn, or just stand in the same path situation like you had before. So that's why it's good to have manual control, and it's a good example of why you should have it, because I can, let's say, make one simple click and it will mean that I should suicide with all of my soldiers, but I would be never able to write a good algorithm to be able to determine that. That might be, I'm replying to LDDo, that might be a great idea, but only when the map is huge and no one is able to cover all of the lemon trees. That would be great. But yeah, so that's another thing that could be implemented. If only I started on time, and if only I don't have to, okay. Okay, so for people who understand Polish, I probably shouldn't. Okay. So we have a horrible situation here. We have a very strange situation here. What I will do, I will add the scouting part, which is not that obvious, I'd say. Okay, so okay. Okay, so let's do it like this. If you're not done and okay, let's make a special number. So if you're not done but we haven't found our target yet, this means that we have nothing where to go. So we should do some scouting. Okay, so okay, let's make it brutal. I will do a very brutal search around the guy, so they will go to the closest tile. Okay, X. Yeah, another wrapping around stuff. X, size X. Not very pretty, but probably it won't. It will not last very long. So, so let's call this smarter scouting. Not very smart. Okay, let's compile this. Let's see the scores of everyone just to see what's currently happening. Oh, I was eating my dinner for way too long. But at least I'm somewhere. Okay, past Glory. Okay, past Glory definitely is winning right now. Okay. Let's see if anything is going to be improved. 500. Okay, I need a way to make it a bit more responsive. The problem is that I'm sitting on a slow computer and already doing the stream takes a lot of processing power. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to redraw the screen more often, but I'll try. Okay, need update. Okay. The way my visualization stuff works is that it runs in a separate thread, and I have a single mutex that is locked when I'm drawing or I'm changing any logic. So that's not very fast, but definitely very safe. And I need to have it in a separate thread because thanks to that I can do something between the turns. For example, need update false. Okay, so I will do something very stupid, but it will make it more responsive. I will just add the frame counter, and every 10 frames I will set need update to true, which will mean that it's going to be redrawn, and it will make it more responsive a little bit. Okay, what's happening now? Okay, so finally you can see the results of scouting and doing everything at once. The problem is that I will be still avoiding fighting with enemies, but well, you get the idea. Not sure if it's good for the score. It's very hard to tell. Actually, with the scores, it would be nice to see how big the delta is, or how much each score improves. I can quickly add this, but I'm not sure if that's the best use of my time. Okay, so I'm in this stupid path situation here. And I'm fine. Okay. This guy gets 11. Okay, I'll restart that. Unfortunately, I'm not saving the state of the map, so the map has to be scouted again, which sucks. I guess I can add it. It shouldn't be that big of a problem. But now at least you can see that squad size thing is much more responsive, like way more responsive. So how many? People I'm losing. 12. Okay, I can show you the results. This is the current result. Okay, so this is the result for the first server. This is the result for the second server, and the whole part. Not here. Okay, yeah, I could just refresh it, sorry. And this is the global ranking. So at the top you have several quite good teams. And they are winning on the Vitalina problem, which is the one I'm working on. Lim City, Pac-Man, Vitalina. Okay, let's get back to the work, because in that tempo I will never be able to do anything. Okay, so it's 13. So I'm not gaining too much score. Let's... Okay, now I should be able to see if this actually works. Okay, so it seems it works now. Okay, this... Yeah, and suddenly my AI works fine with restarting rounds. I have no idea what happened before. And here I have a pretty stupid situation where, okay, I finally decided to scout. That's great. Okay, so the problem apparently on the first map is that there are very few cottages. So the exact formula of the knights that desert is written here. So it doesn't matter if you have one cottage or three, you still lose the same number of knights every turn. And so there are some situations where it's actually a good idea to have fewer cottages. Like, it's better to have 3 than 4 in some situations. Like, you see, the problem on the first server is that I'm losing the same number of knights that I have squads. Like, each squad loses one knight per. So I cannot have more than 5 squads, pretty much. That's a big deal. So I'm restrained to have with having only 5 or 4 points per turn. And the first guy obviously has more cottages, otherwise it would be impossible. Okay. So because it somehow works, I will take a bit of a break just to think about some meaningful solution. I will leave the visualizer working. And what time is it actually? Okay. Also, I'll put my solution on the Dropbox if someone is very desperate and interested in looking at it. Okay. Okay. Break for a phone call. bardzo fajnie. Już się cieszę. Rzeczywiście mam trochę problem z motywacją. Sorry for the break. Oh, another deleted link. Okay. Right, so it's clear that. Wait, what? That's not expected. When I'm starting the current round, but it should wait. It shouldn't. The program shouldn't be killed. So no idea what's happening. Maybe they messed up something. I mean, well, that's the problem with the. Oh yeah, previous. With stuff over TCP/IP, like one strange behavior can throw off your program if you don't correctly cover all of the possible outcomes, and obviously I don't do that right now. Let's see if there was official announcement. There wasn't one. Okay. Yeah, lack of sleep really gets into my way. Okay. No idea. Okay. That's great. Okay, so what I'm doing now is that I'm writing the proper to-do list. What possible task I can implement, and I will just prioritize them and go one by one implementing them. I will prioritize them by amount of information I will gain by implementing them, or by amount of score I'm going to get. So the problem is that some of them are going to be manual ones, like you see the situation on the first server here. The problem is that I'm in another very static situation, and it's very hard. Oh, okay, I didn't notice. So I actually lost the cottage. So that's why So that's the moment I could actually split the, like Aldido said in the chat before, I could split the squads to have one per lemon tree. But doing that is actually very tricky. And the first guy gets 100 points per turn, the second one gets 50. Okay. Okay, but let's think about that. And what happened here? Still no round. Okay. Okay. Okay, but since they fixed it, it's quite clear that the goal should be to get as many cottages at the start as possible. And I can pretty much ignore the lemon trees, because if I get enough enough of the cottages, I can later produce enough stuff just to be able to get score later. I don't have to get score right from the start of the round. So that's one idea. So at the start of the round, I should focus on getting and what's happening here. Like, is the second round even going? Apparently no. No, they haven't announced anything. Okay. Okay, so that's one part of the strategy. At the same time, at the end of the round, there's no point in focusing on the cottages. It's better to move out of the cottages and just focus on the lemon trees. So we have a different dynamic of the round depending on the current turn. Okay, so apparently it started and no one has any points. And this is a map with lots of cottages. So the problem is now figuring out when we should switch to from getting only cottages to gathering actual points, when we should defend our borders, and etc. etc. And this is a very hard task. Probably I will just try to do it only manually. What? 10,000? What the hell? Is it a mistake? Or someone actually has a squad size of 10,000? I don't understand. Okay, so there are bugs, or maybe we just started. Oh, okay, so it's not a bug, it's a feature. So apparently at the beginning of the round, we can start with absolutely huge army. In this particular case, we got 10,000 knights in one square. So apparently another problem with my solution is that I'm very slowly splitting my knights because I could do it much faster. I'm doing only one split per turn, so, and I could just swarm everything at the same time. Okay, so that's another one on the to-do list. Spread out faster.